They thought I spoke in empty space, but silence held a sacred place. Each quiet breath, each unvoiced flame was something real and had a name. silences were strong and proud. Every silence had a name, a memory wrapped up in flame, a touch I never dared to trace, still echoing in empty space. So if you hear me say no word, know something deeper still was heard. Behind the stillness, just the same, every silence had a name. Thought I'd fade with what was gone, but losing made me twice as strong. Each shattered part, each quiet fall, lit something brighter through it all. They saw the break, but not the spark that flickered quietly in the dark. What left me torn, what felt so wrong, became the place where I belong. What I lost became my life, the wounds that taught me how to fight. The echo shaped the way I shine, a softer strength, a clearer light. Not every flame begins with fire. Some rise from ashes, pain, desire. I held the night and let it burn until the glow began to turn. What I lost became my life, the wounds that taught me how to not quite mine. We live between the fragile lines, where love could bloom or disappear, with just one breath too far, too near. The air between our hands was wide, but filled with all we tried to hide. A space so quiet yet so loud, where every fear became a cloud. stirred beneath the skin. A tremble in the quiet vast, a sign the numbness wouldn't last, until the sky could feel again. I gave my hope, I held the rain, I whispered